Hello, 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 hello. I had a little, got a little nervous there for a second. It wasn't working at first, and uh, awesome. I'll wait for Sarita. Oh, okay, here we go. Go Psysock. This is so exciting. Dun dun dun. There's that like awkward bit in the beginning though. Hello.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. Long time no see. I put a blazer on.
Long time, right? Like it feels like
Yeah,
it's been so long.
it has. It has. It truly has. It's wonderful
How
to
are
see
you?
you again.
Are you still great? Are you still doing good?
Absolutely, I am. It's a wonderful Thursday, and it's almost reading week, so I'm feeling good. How about you? How are you doing this fine evening?
I'm good. I'm good. We're, as I said before, we're in midterm season, a little bit busy. Going to the lab today. I spent my like first moments of, this awesome day in the lab, and it was amazing. So I had so much fun. Because I love being in the lab. So, but yeah, overall great.
Awesome. Excellent. Well, today is International Women and Girls in Science Day. And I think I have some questions for you so we can chat to celebrate such a fantastic day. But before we dive into questions, I do want to do some introductions. So, Saria, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Awesome. Okay, so my name is Sarita. I'm a fifth year student in biology with a minor in business. I'm a VP operations of the Carleton Science Student Society, and I'm a peer mentor at the Science Student Success Center, which is awesome. I'm also part of other things like International Students Office and things like that. But overall, I love being a Carleton and everything like that. And yeah, that's me.
Amazing. Big shout out to the Carleton Science Student Society. Sorry, my
Oh,
brain just turned off for a second.
amazing society.
And also the SSC. If you haven't already, you should definitely go and follow both of them. Um, awesome. So I do have questions prepared if you're ready.
I'm excited, of course.
So my first one is, why did you get into science?
The reason, okay, so this is kind of like a story time moment. I, when I was in high school, my high school was really small. We had 30 students in the class. Like that was our whole class. And we had science courses. I'm telling you, I was one of the only people excited about those science labs. When we got to our biology, chemistry, physics lab, I was like, yes, we're gonna see this, we're gonna see that, and like that sparked me like an interest on me because I thought it was so awesome to understand that, the world, but really like deeply. I think science is all about asking those questions that we don't know and we want to know more about the world and the world that surrounds us. And for me, that was amazing, right? So yeah, I decided that science was for me, and I I thought at the beginning that I wanted to go to med school because I was like, in Peru it's really common that if you want to go into science, it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
usually med school, right? So I was like, I'll be a doctor. But then I realized that I wanted to do more research and I was more interested in biology. So that's how I chose that path of like science. And I am so happy that I did. It's always been my passion. I get so excited when I speak with other people about, hey, do you want to know this cool science fact? And maybe they don't care or they think it's too, like, no, but I'm like still like talking about those science facts and like how amazing is this world. So yeah, I love it.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So follow-up question. Um, as a woman in science, have you like what kind of prejudices have you sort of faced and overcome?
Oh, I would tell you that in that time in between that I was between, medicine or biology, um, unfortunately, I got people telling me that I shouldn't be doing what I do because I don't as a scientist. You don't look like a scientist, so you shouldn't be doing. Or they were saying like, "Are you sure that you should be following the path of science?" Like, or I'm not sure this is for you. Like, maybe you should go into like other careers. And people told me that
Mm,
in my face. if you're
Yeah.
so passionate about something. But you know, I'm a person that I'm a little more extrovert. I love to travel. I love makeup. I love to dress up. Not because of other people, because of me. I love doing that. So, you know, the fact that some people were telling me, hey, you don't look like a scientist, so maybe you shouldn't do these, was one of the main stereotypes that I experienced. And it was it was hard, you know, to hear that. And yeah, unfortunately, I do believe that we're getting a little bit better with that, but still those stereotypes still hold. And you know, you can look the way you want to look. You can be whoever you want to be, and you can still be an amazing scientist. So
Absolutely. Actually, that reminded me of one time I was told that I could either choose between a career in science and in medicine, or I could be a good mom in the future. And someone told me that like it's a one or the other, like you don't get to do both. But I've seen so many incredible researchers and doctors and like I've met surgeons who are just fantastically well-rounded women who are at the top of their game in their career in their field, and who are also like excellent, you know, excellent moms and family members. So it's doable. It's
exactly.
doable. There's still
We
progress
can do
to
it
be
all.
made, but it's
Relax,
still
people. We can do it all.
exactly. Absolutely. Okay, I have another question for you.
Of
Can
course.
you tell us a little bit about some of your scientific interests and if you have any projects that you're working on at the moment?
I am. My interests, as I said before, I am obsessed with research. I think research is fascinating to be able to ask those questions about what's going on around us. For me, what I like the most is cell biology and biomedical sciences. So kind of asking questions of like how a disease happens, but like really, really, really like in depth, like what happens to your cell while you're sick and all of those questions, right? So that's my first passion. And right now I'm doing my honors thesis with Jenny Bruin's lab at Carleton, where I'm doing cool work about kind of asking those questions about how environmental pollutants, such as persistent organic pollutants, affect islet metabolism, which is
Oh,
a
nice.
beautiful cell that eats on your pancreas, and that cell is the one that produces insulin to regulate your metabolism and all of that, and regulate glucose in your blood. So I'm doing that for my research, and that's my project. Now, I'm also super in love with science communication. This is something that I have not, like, I was always passionate, but I didn't follow through much until the pandemic, actually, that I started reflecting about what do I want to do, who I want to be, and all of that. I think we all got those reflections during the pandemic. And then I created my Science Without Borders. Basically, my main thought about it is that I wanted to showcase research and scientists around the world with different art and illustrations, and also I wanted to showcase me as a science student because I don't want to I just don't want to show that we're like perfect times. It's all the time that we just get amazing grades and we just succeed because that's who we are. No, we struggle and we have ups and downs, but we are the people we are because of all of those things, right? So I want to show that too, and I've had so much fun doing that. It's been since March, I guess, in March, April, and it's been so much fun. I've met so many people. Like, that's the thing. One thing that I can get from the Science Without Borders account is that I've met a lot of people from other countries, from like China, Italy, any place in Europe. Like, it's amazing all the people you meet and that they're studying research and studying science too. And the third one, which is more like for my Latin American community, is I'm part of it's called Ciencia C, which is it's way better in Spanish than in English, but it translates to science, yes. So it's like say yes to science, science yes, you know, but in Spanish it's like way better. You can hear way better. And it's more about, you know, science communication and showing all the, you know, trying to make science as easy as possible and educate as many people as possible, and also show that, you know, science is cool and that we have fun and it doesn't have to be as hard as everyone thinks. So those are my projects, and I'm so happy I'm part of them. And And for sure, like being part of the Carleton Science Student Society has been really fulfilling and happy because I've learned so much and I've met amazing people such as yourself and the other VPs. And also the Science Student Success Center. It's been amazing because I've met so many people that are amazing. I love it. Overall, I love it. All of those projects. But yeah, that's where I am right now.
I love that so much though. Oh my goodness. I mean, I know we talked a little bit about this earlier in another live, but like meeting people and connecting with folks is such an important part of science. And like you say, like it's so wonderful to like find people that you click with and find people who are so passionate about things and chat with them about what they're passionate about. Just even talking to you about like your projects right now, I get so energized. I feel your positivity and your enthusiasm for what you're doing, and it's so it's inspiring. You inspire me, Sarita.
And you inspire me, Millie. We inspire each other.
Speaking of folks who inspire you, that was very ego of me. I mean, like, oh well, me. Speaking of sport. Anyway, that's not what I meant by it. I just meant like speaking of like mentors and people you look up to. Is there anybody who you can think of who has like mentored you or specifically like supported you throughout your science career?
So many people, and this is the amazing thing about it. I feel I've been with really amazing mentors, and that's why, like, I feel first I'm gonna say who are my mentors, and then like why you need to be on a mentorship program. But first, let's go with the mentors. So I have different mentors for research. I have Lindsay, which is my mentor from the Alumni Mentor Program at Carleton. She's been my mentor for 3 years now. So it's amazing. She's inspired me so much, and she has supported me in all my dreams and aspirations. And she's taught me so much. Like, I think before I met her, I didn't know exactly what was research, but now I can explain what is research. Then Jenny Bruin. She is my supervisor from Jenny Bruin's lab of my thesis, and she is amazing. She's been, again, she's supported me so much. And actually, Lindsay and Jenny, because of life, they know each other, and which is funny because I feel it's a circle of life. But they've been so supportive. Jenny has taught me so much, and she has given me the opportunity to learn so many, like experiences and like so many skills in the lab. And she gives me advice for everything whenever I need it. And the most and of course, who have been my mentors forever, have been my parents, because they have always supported me for my science career and my science, aspiration. They're both not like in the science field, but they always saw me so excited about science that since day one, they were supporting me, looking what science entails and like who you can be as a scientist. And again, they're like, these are examples, but I feel even like you're a type of mentor for me. Like I feel everyone in my community is like so inspiring, and they support me so much to fulfill my dreams and like to make me the person I am. And that's yeah, I feel that's why it's so important to surround yourself with people that really make you better. You know what I mean? Like somehow with their words, with their positivity, they want to make you succeed. And I'm so lucky that I have those people in my life, and yeah, it's awesome. And why? Okay, now why you should be in a mentorship program? This is so important. Okay, there are some things that you cannot Google. Okay, like I'm sorry, but this is 100% true. Like there's some things you cannot Google, but you need life and experience and people surround you to teach you those things. Mentorships is about growth. So you learn from others, but they also learn from you, and you get to experience other people's like mindset, and you get to experience all those people's experiences with them. And they support you through that transition, and you realize that life is not everything perfect or everything pretty. It's about challenges, but you overcome those challenges, and you are a better person at the end. So mentorships are great. Like I cannot stop saying, like, all of you right now have to go and like find a mentor right now, because you'll be surprised how many people want to be mentors, and how many people want to actually support you in your career. So like, yes, and I love it. To be honest, I love mentorship programs.
I love that so much. Oh my goodness, that is so wholesome. I was gonna say, someone else said that was wholesome. I'm like, that is exactly how to say it. Like, it is just wholesome. And I think too, like you mentioned this as well, like there's so much you can learn from the people around you. There's so much that you pull from the folks who you choose to surround yourself with. And it's so wonderful to hear that there's so many amazing mentorship programs for young women in STEM. It's really impactful. It means a lot. It means a lot. Having someone to like look up to and feeling like represented and feeling seen by somebody. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like surrounded me, there are so many people, like women in science, that are so strong and so powerful. And you kind of like, you say to yourself, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just support each other. Let's be a community of support, as we were saying in the other live. It's so important about community. And let's represent, you know, women in not just science, but women in general, you know, in this society.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, I think that's almost all of our questions, but I've absolutely loved chatting with you, Sarita. Holy smokes.
Thank
Speaking
you.
of women who inspire me and who I look up to, I totally look up to you. Like you're an absolutely incredible person. And I am so thrilled that I got this opportunity to celebrate you and your accomplishments in STEM, and also to celebrate women in STEM fields all over the world.
Really, now you're gonna make me blush. Like, we're making each other blush so much.
Oh,
But I love it. You're so awesome, and thank you so much.
oh my goodness.
You're literally the best. And one thing I wanted to say, and I went to a talk last year about women in science with professors from Carleton too. And one thing that they said, and I put it like always there, is like diversity leads to better science. So this is so important. Everyone, like, if one thing you can, you know, you want to remember from this is like, it's so important to have a diverse group of people, a scientist. Diversity is key. And I always keep that in mind. And I feel that's so true. And it's so important for overall society, you know? So yeah, thank you for having me, Millie. It was amazing. And
oh my
we always have great conversations. We know that we could go 3 hours here, like going into...
Oh, you know it. Oh my goodness. When have we ever had a meeting, you and I, where we haven't gone over the time that we've allotted for it? Honestly.
3 hours later.
I wish that was an exaggeration, but folks, it's very true.
Yeah, so true. We're always like, let's talk more, let's connect. And that's so great, you know, connect with people and everyone around you. So yeah.
I miss you. This is making me miss you. Oh my goodness. We'll have to like have a catch up soon.
Hugs from distance.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do like a weird like Instagram live hug. Aw. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Sarita. I'm going to link all the accounts that we were chatting about today in this live in the description of it. And thank you all for joining us to celebrate International Women and Girls in Science Day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Thursday.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care.
Bye, folks.
Bye.